What is up, fellas? Mike here coming to you from my back patio. Um, Today is Friday, July 10th. The motherfucking rookie draft starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. So we got about 21 and a half hours, about 11:30. I am super excited to start the rookie draft. I've got a lot of skin in this game. Really excited for the NFL season to start. We're still like, if there's no preseason, we're still like 2 months out. But next month, about 5 weeks away, we have the free agent auction. So yeah, excited about that. This video, I'm going to do the same thing as I did last year, where I'm going to rank my top 15 rookies, but I'm not going to post it until after probably the second round. So I'll post it, kind of let you guys know where I'm at. I know some of you guys probably don't care, but just do it for fun. Again, and I said it last year, the rookie draft is all about what you want, who you want, who do you think is going to blow up. It's not like a redraft where you kind of go with the consensus rankings. Most guys only have 2-3 picks. You have to get your guy. If you think there's a guy that's going to blow up, but he's not going to go to the third round, but you don't draft until the end of the second round, the end of the third round, you got to grab him at the end of the second round. If you think he's going to blow up, if you think he's going to be that guy, that's the way the rookie draft is. I look at at consensus rankings. However, I do not agree with pretty much any of them. I have my thoughts, and I urge everybody. Consensus rankings can only get you so far, but at the end of the day, get your guy. I took Kyler Murray last year. Unprecedented. I would never in a million years take a quarterback in the first fucking round, you know what I mean? Let alone the fourth overall pick. Well, I did. I'm fairly happy with it. I mean, I'm happy I have Kyler Murray. I could have gotten A.J. Brown or DK Metcalf. I wasn't super high on anybody but him, so I grabbed him, and I'm happy that I grabbed him. I could have had somebody else, but I'm still happy I grabbed him. I thought he was the safest pick at that time. So, so here we go. So my rankings are going to be probably a lot different than most people's rankings. But here we go. Number one, Boggs, you're on the clock as of right now. I have Jonathan Taylor ranked number one. It's super close between him and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. However, I just feel like Jonathan Taylor has the safest floor. He's splitting time with Hines and Marlon Mack, but I don't know how long that's going to last. Jonathan Taylor is a super freak of an athlete. He has the ability to be like a Saquon Barkley, like an Ezekiel Elliott, where you're going to have this just freak of nature on your team behind probably the best offensive line in football. Getting the running back that's running behind Quentin Nelson, and I know you and I have talked about it, Boggs, you get the guy that's running behind Quentin Nelson. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking Jonathan Taylor number one. So number two, I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire at number two. Love Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think his floor is probably the second safest. He's in a high-powered offense. The only thing with Clyde Edwards-Helaire is if Patrick Mahomes gets hurt, God forbid, nobody wants to see him get hurt. But if he gets hurt, that offense is just like, who knows what happens with everybody in that offense. With Jonathan Taylor, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Jonathan Taylor is still running behind the best offensive line. So that's why I'm taking JT number one. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is amazing in an amazing offense. Has, superstar potential. So number two, Ruford, that's who I would take. I know we've talked a little bit. I don't know what you're going to do. You said you might take a receiver. I don't know how true that is. We'll see. But I'm taking Helaire. So, and then number three, I'm taking Cam Akers. I know that a lot of people have kind of the big three running backs, JT, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and J.K. Dobbins. I have a big four. And Cam Akers is in that big four, and I actually have Cam Akers ahead of J.K. Dobbins. Um, I love Cam Akers. He ran behind a shit offensive line at Florida State, still put up huge numbers. You look at his highlights, you look at the you just watch the games. Dude, he is surrounded by fucking 2, 3, 4 people every play, and he still managed to put up huge numbers. So I know that the Rams' offensive line isn't good, and the NFL is a whole different monster. But Cam Akers, he's good in the pass game. He's good in the run game. I'm not super worried about Darrell Henderson. Um, I'm a little more worried about Malcolm Brown actually taking some goal line work. But I have Cam Akers just because of opportunity. Um, Cam Akers number 3. Number 4, I do now have J.K. Dobbins. Um, J.K. Dobbins is also an athletic freak, and he went to a really, really good situation. Um, he's used to kind of that type of offense where you're going to be running the read option a lot, and he did that a lot in college. He's going to do that a lot in the NFL. The reason I have J.K. Dobbins after Akers is because of immediate opportunity. I think Ingram's for sure going to be there this year. He might be there next year too. I don't know, but I just don't know. I don't know when J.K. Dobbins takes that starting role, and I'm pretty certain that Cam Akers already has the starting position for the Rams. So that's the only reason I have Cam Akers ahead of J.K. Dobbins. Number 5, this is where it goes off the rails a little bit. I do have my first receiver going, and my first receiver is Justin Jefferson, and I don't even think it's close. Um, Justin Jefferson goes to the Vikings, where they have Kirk Cousins, um, a really good quarterback. They don't have Stephon Diggs anymore. They don't really have any other weapons other than Irv Smith and Kyle Rudolph, and then Adam Thielen. So Justin Jefferson is going to come in. He ran out of the slot a lot in college, and he also ran out of the outside. So he can do either. Doesn't matter. He's an athletic freak, big body, great hands. He's going to come in as the number 2 receiver, and Adam Thielen is 32 years old. I mean, what is not to like about this guy? The fact that he's not everybody's consensus number 1 kind of blows my mind. I think people look at like Judy and Lamb, and they see the athletic freakness, and they are athletic freaks, but we've seen it over and over and over and over again, especially with receiver. That's not what it's all about. We've seen Sammy Watkins. How many busts have we seen in the NFL out of first round receivers? The other year you had John Ross, Corey Davis. You had the one year you had Corey Coleman. You had Laquan Treadwell. These are all athletic freaks. That's not what it's all about. I love Justin Jefferson's situation, so he's my number 1 receiver, number 5 off the board. Number 6, I have DeAndre Swift. I like DeAndre Swift. I don't love the situation he went to. The Lions, I feel like they always seem to fuck everything up. If I'm at number 6 and Swift is the last running back available, I might try to trade the pick. I don't know. I really like DeAndre Swift, but I don't love him. And I feel like I could trade back, pick up another good receiver, maybe another pick, maybe another player. I don't know. We'll see. But I have DeAndre Swift, number 6. Number 7, this would be Prusky's pick. I have Jerry Jeudy. I like Jerry Jeudy even more than CeeDee Lamb. I think that he's in a worse situation, but I just think he's a better receiver. We'll see what happens with Drew Lock. They have 3 running backs there. They have Sutton. They have Noah Fant. They drafted Hamler too. So we'll see. But I just think that Jerry Jeudy, I just got a feeling about him. I got a good feeling about Jerry Jeudy. Number 8, now I have CeeDee Lamb. Even here, I'm not sold on CeeDee Lamb. I don't know. I'm just not sold on CeeDee Lamb. And maybe I'm completely wrong, completely off base, but I just I don't know. It's just I got to think about CeeDee Lamb, and I am a Michael Gallup owner, and I'm an Ezekiel Elliott owner. Um, but CeeDee Lamb, he's going to be the third option in the passing game, which is fine. But they got Amari Cooper, they got Michael Gallup, and people are for some reason thinking that Michael Gallup's going to take a step back because they drafted CeeDee Lamb. I am on the completely opposite end of that spectrum, and I know I'm a Gallup owner, but I just don't see how you can discount 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns just like that and just be like, oh well, Michael Gallup sucks. Michael Gallup is a freak of nature. He is very, very good. Um, I think in a year or two, you're going to see Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb maybe as the next best show on turf. Yeah, I said it. So we'll see what happens with CeeDee Lamb in that offense. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just not sold on the situation, but I like him enough to put him at number 8. So CeeDee Lamb number 8. Number 9, I have Brandon Ayuk. With the injury to Deebo Samuel, he could be the wide receiver 1 from day one. Obviously, it sucks because they're a complete run first offense by a long shot. Jimmy Garoppolo does not pass the ball that much, but Brandon Ayuk is, again, a freak of nature. There's a lot of freaks of natures in this draft class. But I love the opportunity that he steps into. Yeah, Brandon Ayuk. If somebody took Brandon Ayuk over CeeDee Lamb, I'd be like, okay, well, I mean, you're talking about maybe the number 1 receiver. I know Deebo Samuel's going to come back, but Deebo Samuel is, I mean, if there is a definition of injury prone, it's Deebo Samuel. He's like 24 years old. He's had like 6 major surgeries already. It's fucking crazy. So I love Brandon Ayuk. Number 10, I have Jalen Reagor. Again, this is all about opportunity. He might come in as the number 1 receiver. Alshon Jeffrey is injury prone. You know, you got a bunch of Deshaun Jackson stuff happening. You have 2 really, really good tight ends, but I think Jalen Reagor comes in and has an opportunity. Not saying I don't think he's the best receiver skill-wise in the class, but he comes into a really, really good opportunity. So I got Jalen Reagor, number 10. Number 11, I have my dark horse number 1 receiver. This is the guy. This is the guy that I'm going to get. I'm going to get him, and that is Michael Pittman. I love Michael Pittman. I really hope he's still there at 11. I can't imagine somebody's going to take him before that. Maybe they do. Who knows? I love Michael Pittman. This is the guy that I look at and I say, I need to get this guy. I have the 5th pick in the 2nd round. There is a small chance that he makes it there. I'm not going to take that chance. If he's there at 11, that's probably who I'm taking. Yeah, Michael Pittman that's my guy. That's my guy. I'm probably more excited to get Michael Pittman than anybody. I love the situation. And yeah, T.Y. Hilton's old. Michael Pittman is going to be maybe the number 1 receiver this year. Next year, probably for sure, unless he sucks dick. I don't know. So Michael Pittman, number 11. Number 12, I have A.J. Dillon. I love A.J. Dillon, and I would take him at 11 if Michael Pittman was gone. He's going to come in the first year. You know, he's not going to take over the starting spot in year 1. However, year 2, this is, again, and everybody watching this video probably knows, because most of us are Packer fans, Aaron Jones' contract is up after this year. So is Jamal Williams. They're not re-signing Jamal Williams for sure. Aaron Jones, we'll see what kind of year he has, but Aaron Jones is going to ask for a lot of money. They drafted A.J. Dillon in the 2nd round. I don't think there's any way Aaron Jones comes back. So now you're looking at A.J. Dillon, a freak of nature. He's 250 fucking pounds. They want to run, they want to do a power offense. So you're looking at A.J. Dillon as a bruising running back running behind Aaron Rodgers, you're not going to be able to stack the box against A.J. Dillon. It might take a year, but it might take a year for J.K. Dobbins too. Hell, it might take a year for Jonathan Taylor. Who knows? Um, I love A.J. Dillon, and you know, most people here know I do prefer running backs over receivers um, when it comes to drafting them. Obviously, there's a lot of factors, but I do prefer running backs over receivers. So A.J. Dillon, I have him as a first round pick. I love A.J. Dillon, and I would take A.J. Dillon, 12th overall. Okay, so next, number 13, I have T. Higgins. Um, Again, he goes he goes into an offense that has Joe Mixon, AJ Green, Tyler Boyd, John Ross. They took him at the top of the second round, so you got to think they're going to use him. John Ross I think this will be his last year. Um, they'll probably keep Tyler Boyd, I got to think. AJ Green, I think, has 1 or 2 years left. Who knows what's going to happen with AJ Green? Um, it might take a little longer for T. Higgins, but I think T. Higgins is super talented. So I do have him in my top 15. I do like T. Higgins. Um, I know most people have him ranked over Michael Pittman, over A.J. Dillon, um, but not me. I don't know what's going to happen in that situation. I would rather take more of a sure thing like a Jalen Rager or a Brandon Ayuk or a Justin Jefferson, where I know they're going to get a good amount of playing time. T. Higgins might not even start. He might not even play that much, especially in year one. So I have him at 13. Um, yeah. Number 14, I have finally, the number one receiver taken in the NFL draft. I have Henry Ruggs um, at 14. This isn't an issue. This is not an issue of opportunity. I think it's an issue of talent. He's really, really, really fast. And we've kind of seen how that plays out, especially with the Raiders. Um, I'm a little skeptical on Henry Ruggs. He didn't have. I mean, he had good production, but he's kind of a little guy. He's really, 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 really fast though. Um, so I don't know. I mean, did they draft him as like a Marquise Goodwin, Deshaun Jackson type player, where they just want to be able to, um, you know, keep defenses honest, keep some people back there, open things up for Josh Jacobs. I don't know. We'll see. But my next guy, Bryce Edwards, who I have at 15. I know most people have him at the end of the second round, but I think Bryce Edwards ends up being the number one receiver. Um, Super productive in college, super talented. He had like a mild injury that kind of made him fall in the draft. But I love Bryce Edwards, and I think Bryce Edwards ends up being the number one receiver. Henry Ruggs, I don't think, is a number one receiver type of receiver. Tyrell Williams, I don't think, is a number one receiver type of player. I think the way it shakes out is Bryce Edwards is the number one receiver. Henry Ruggs is the deep threat, and Tyrell Williams is the number two receiver. That's how I think it shakes out. And with that logic, you would think I have Bryce Edwards over Henry Ruggs, and I probably should, but I think Henry Ruggs probably has higher upside, I think. Or maybe not. I don't know. But I love Bryce Edwards. Um, so that rounds out my top 15. So Jonathan Taylor, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins, Justin Jefferson, DeAndre Swift, Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Rager, Michael Pittman, A.J. Dillon, T. Higgins, Henry Ruggs, Bryce Edwards. A little different than the consensus, but I feel pretty comfortable with the list. Some notables that I left off: Joe Burrow. I don't know if Joe Burrow gets taken in the top 15. He might though, which would be sweet because I have the 17th pick. Yeah, I have the 17th pick. Um, so we'll see. Other notables I left off: Denzel Mims for the Jets. I think he comes in, has a chance to be the number one. We'll see. Keyshawn Vaughn. Man, Keyshawn Vaughn is just one of those players you either really love him or you really hate him. I don't like him that much. If I was the um, if I was the Ronald Jones owner, I would definitely be trying to get Keyshawn Vaughn. I'm not. Yeah. I don't think there is no chance, literally no chance that I end up with Keyshawn Vaughn in this draft. No chance. I will never. I could have. I could have. I don't even have a third rounder, but if I had like the 11th pick in the third round, I don't know. Maybe then I would take Keyshawn Vaughn. But I'm not in love with Keyshawn Vaughn. And then last but not least, Tua Tagovailoa. Uh, Left him off. Again, I don't think he gets taken in the top 15. It's pretty early for him, but yeah, we'll see. I think that's pretty good. Let me see. Um, yeah, Chenault. I left off Chenault. Zach Moss. God, I don't know why people. I'm not a Zach Moss guy either. They have T.J. Yeldon there too. I can't do it. Um, yeah, I think I got everybody. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, good luck in the draft. I know by the time you guys see this, draft might even be over. But those are my rankings. Love them or hate them. I know last year it was pretty 50-50. Some people loved them. Some people thought I was a fucking idiot. That's okay. So, yeah, good luck in the draft. And, yeah, we'll talk to you soon.